Hey, Keep Up crew, welcome back to the channel. And if you are new here, come on in. This is episode 1 of Wind Down Wednesday with Kimberly. So, y'all, how are you doing? How has your week been going thus far? Mine has been going pretty well. I'm getting into the habit of um, talking to the camera more and feeling a little bit more comfortable. Yesterday, I took you all on a picnic. I did have wine in my little pink cup that I took. To the park with me, but I didn't get a chance to drink it. So this, of course, is not the wine from yesterday. I drank the wine when I got home, but this is the remnants of the other bottle that I had. So I was supposed to have it for this upcoming Friday night because I'm having a little Raising Canaan watch party. So we'll see what happens and if I have to buy another bottle. So I decided to hold on. Woo child. So I decided to have a wind down Wednesday and just upload maybe once or twice a week. I really don't know, like I said before, I don't really have a niche. I don't want to box myself in. Um yes, I want my channel to be motivational and I want to have a community that enjoys the content that I create. But I also want to make sure that I'm bringing some type of motivation along with some type of activity. I don't want to sit and talk to the camera every day. I decided to bring some other form of entertainment to the channel. And, with that, people will gravitate toward my channel if and when they feel like it. If they feel like this is their cup of tea over here. I'm not a motivational speaker. I don't want to be on here preaching every day. I just want to have a channel that feels like, like a little girlfriend's corner, because I'm an introvert. Some people will say, no, you're not, Kim, you're not an introvert, you're an extrovert, but I know how to be an extrovert when it's necessary. Like back in the day, I was an extrovert. The party didn't start till I got there. But now that I'm knocking on 50, I'm not the life of the party anymore. I just want to chill. I want to find something relaxing to do. I'm the one that would like to go to the bar or a little spot or whatever they have nowadays, little Mexican restaurant. I want to go and just sit at the bar and just chill and talk. I don't want to be in the club till 2 and 4 in the morning. I don't want to do that. I want to be in my bed. My bed be calling me at 6 p.m., 7 p.m. I don't know. No, before 8, I know that. I want to be in my bed before 8 p.m. I want to be catching up on my shows and rubbing my feet together. Ain't nobody got time for being up in the club at no 4 a.m. We got things to do. I mean, really, how many of y'all can concur to that? Like we want to be in bed when you 45 and older. I can say 45 and older, you want to be in your bed before 8 p.m. I know I do, but child, so I don't know. I wanted to do this little episode and I wanted to see if it can gain some traction. Just sitting here and chit-chatting, just talking, and the topic of discussion for tonight was, did I invite myself? Because I'm such an introvert now, as I have gotten older. A couple of months ago, one of my dear friends, one of my girlfriends, didn't invite me. Child, this is how it went down. So, like I said, couple of months ago, it was my girlfriend's birthday, and she's turning 49. I got her by a year. When we first met each other, we both were in our teens. I was 19 and she was maybe 17, getting ready to turn 18. All I remember is I was out of high school, and I know she was in her last year of high school. So I want to say she was 17, turning 18. I graduated at 17, but I know that in Atlanta, they start you kind of late. So I was up north when I went to school. And when I moved here, I was about 12 years old. So I was already out and she was coming out. Pretty much we have been friends at least 30 years. But what's your take on being a friend? You know, for me, you know, I want that person to be there to support me. You know, to have a bond. It's almost like if you're married or, you know, you have a girlfriend or boyfriend. The friendship is supposed to be give and take. It's supposed to be reciprocated, you know, not just a one-way street. We've been friends for about 30 years, and but we were more so like phone friends because of the distance that we have between she and I where we live. It was her birthday back in May, and she was telling me about how she was gearing up for her big day to celebrate, and some of her co-workers wanted to take her out. So she's saying that, you know, some of her co-workers want to take her out, and I'm listening to her, and I'm saying, oh, okay, yeah, that sounds like fun. And never in the entire conversation did she say, hey, Kim, did you want to, by chance, did you want to try to go with us? You know, whatever, you know, give me the opportunity to say, no, I can't make it. She proceeds to keep talking about it, and then I said, where are you going? So she told me a nice little sports bar that she was going to. And then she said, I know you don't want to go because you like staying at home. And it's too far from you where you stay. So I'm listening to all of this and I'm saying, how are you going to decide for me what's far from me to travel? After she's telling me all of this, I proceeded to say, how many of you all are going? So she say, oh, it's going to be about 5 or 6 of us, my co-workers. And I said, well, so-and-so, do I have an invite? I mean, are you asking me, or are you just telling me that this is what you're doing? And she said, oh, well, do you want to go? I mean, because if you want to go, yeah, you can go, but I don't even know if we're really going. So, but I will get back with you before the week is out to confirm. But my friend, my coworker, she put our name on the list, and she did this and she did that. And then I said, okay, well, let me know by the end of the week what you're doing for that Friday, and I'll try to participate. So she calls me back. She informs me to let me know that they all are going to go. They are in fact going. And that I am to be at the door at such and such a time, and I'm to ask for the person's name on the list. So at this point, she didn't say exactly whose name I'm supposed to ask for. So I said, well, is it your name since it's your birthday party? And she said, well, no, you're going to ask for so-and-so, the person who supposedly had put everybody's name down on the list. She said, well, wait a minute, let me call you back and confirm. She hangs up. She calls me back about maybe 10, 20 minutes later. And she say, yeah, go ahead. And at the door, you're going to confirm and say my name. I said, okay. So that means you put the names down. So at this point, I don't care. Hold on, y'all. So at this point, I don't care who put the names down. I just know that I'm going to go. I feel like, I'm talking to myself about this. I'm like, you shouldn't even go because something just don't feel right about it. It's like she didn't really want me there, but out of 30 years, you would think my name would be number one or either number two on the list. I mean, if it was my party and I was getting the list together, her name would have been right there, right around the top five people, to invite. So it just felt kind of suspect to me. You know what I mean? So anyway, I went, and let me tell you what happened. So I pull up to the party. It's Friday night, and we're all excited, for the most part. And I pull up to the party. I pull up to the front of the door, and they're standing outside. So I don't even get a chance to say the person's name at the front, because they're already standing outside. It was her and another young lady, and then a guy. Her co-workers. So it was just two people there, plus her made three. So I said, well, maybe I'm the fourth one. Maybe then there's two more people coming, because she said about 5 or 6. So we go inside. First I get out, and she introduces us. She doesn't give me a hug or anything. So I'm like, okay. So she introduced us. I said, happy birthday. Do we get a hug? I haven't seen you. And she said, girl, you saw me when you did my taxes. I said, okay, I mean, this is May, and I saw you when I did your taxes. It was like February or March. But anyway, this is May, and it's a special night. It's your birthday, so give me a hug. So anyway, she gives me a hug, and then she introduced me to the guy and the female that's standing there, and they look at me and they're like, hi, and I said hi, and then we go on in. We proceeded to walk in. We wait about maybe 10 minutes for our table, for the birthday girl table, and right at this moment we're enjoying each other's company. We're talking, we're laughing, and we're taking pictures, and that what you do on a birthday night. And we proceed to go to the table, and when we get there, we order drinks. Drinks are flowing. We order our food. The food was delicious. Maybe middle part of the evening, another person shows up. So now it's 5 of us there. And it's about the same amount of people that she said was going to come. Maybe 6 was supposed to be there, but 5 of us were there. We showed up for support. And after we had our meal, and we're probably on drink, all of us are probably on drink number 3. For me, I don't go over that many. So I think we were on 2, and then another one was coming. And I already knew that this was going to be my last one, so it was almost time to go home. By the time the server set the 3rd drink down, we're all there. Everybody's laughing, kikiing. One of the co-workers say, ma'am, you're not that bad. And I look at her and I say, what you say? And she was like, girl, you're not that bad. And I said, what does that mean? So she said, your friend said that, you was going to be rowdy because you're from New York. And I looked at her and I'm like in disbelief. And I looked at my friend and I'm like, why would you tell her that? And so she proceeded to say, oh, I was just playing. And I was just saying that that's how you are, because you from New York, you're from up north, and you be rowdy all the time. I'm like, girl, I am pushing 50. Ain't nobody been rowdy since I was in my... So I said, I haven't been rowdy since I was in my teens. 30, almost 40 years in Georgia. Like, I know how to conduct myself when I go out, when I'm invited to places. So is this the reason why you didn't feel like you wanted to invite me? Like, let me keep it 100 with you, because we never really go out together, and when we do, it's rare. It's very rare that she and I will go out to like dinners and settings. If anything, we'll probably meet each other maybe 2 or 3 times out the year. But nevertheless, we've been knowing each other since we were teenagers. So anyway, I proceed to ask her, why would you try to inform somebody about me? Them just meet me and let them form their own opinion about me. You know, who does that? It makes you feel bad. It made me feel bad to know that my friend wanted to inform somebody about how I may act because I'm from a certain state. When I moved to Georgia, I was a child, and maybe I still had that New Yorkness in me, and maybe I still have it now, but not to the point where I don't know how to conduct myself. So, moving the story along, I just felt like it was my cue. That was my cue to leave. And I told her, I said, words were going back and forth, and I said, it's my time. So I felt like it was my time to exit. And not just that dinner, it was my time to stop the train ride and to just get off and close the door to that 30 plus friendship, if you will, because I don't like that. I don't need that type of energy anymore. I don't need someone trying to inform somebody, oh, she's from New York, so she's going to act a certain way. That's why they were looking at me sideways when I got out the car, because she was up there talking about me. So when I told you in another previous video that I had to let some people go, she was one of them. I don't have time for that anymore. I'm moving on in a different direction. So pretty much I said all of that to say that if you are of a certain age and you have friends that are so-called friends, but you feel some type of vibe with them, the energy is off, that's probably God saying that this friendship has ran its course, as he will speak to you in any other type of relationship, whether it's your spouse, whether it's a family member. He will let you know in the pit of your stomach that there's nothing good here anymore. You all are holding on to nothing really at this point. You just have past memories of when you used to hang together, and you're trying to keep something alive when it's dead. So I let her go. Trust me, it's not easy. It wasn't easy. And she's not the first I had to let go of. It's been plenty of friends that I have stopped the train and I have gotten out myself, or I let them out and just, it's time to get off. It's time to get off, because I'm not gonna, like I said before, I'm not taking any negative energy with me over into my new chapter. And if I'm the only one standing in my 50s, then God, so be it, because these people are a trip out here. You be thinking that you have somebody that you're gonna ride till the wheels fall off, and then they just turn on you. They just turn on you, and you left like, what in the world happened? I had to ask myself, I was like, do she low-key like just don't like me? Have she been feeling like this for years? Did I miss the red flags with her? When you be trying to look for red flags with your man, did you miss any red flags with your so-called best friend, or your friends, or your associates, or the people that you work with that you think are your friends? Like, it's crazy. So, I hope y'all like my chit chat for tonight. This was a little story time. You know, I could be asking y'all questions, but it's not like you're going to be able to answer me. But drop it down in the comments. Have you had to let anyone go for this year of 2026? And I feel good about it. I do. No love lost. It was time for her to go. So let me know in the comments any specific topics that you guys want to talk about, and we can do that on a Wind Down Wednesday. But the next time that I'll post, I have another story to share with you guys. So maybe we can mix it up. I'll do some story time, or y'all can leave me a topic that we can discuss, or maybe I can go live and we can discuss it. Now, I haven't been live before because I don't really have that many subscribers, but as we progress and as we grow this community, maybe I can go live where we can talk openly. But right now, I'm just pre recording and I'm just dropping some story time on Wednesday. I have a lot of stories. I mean, I'm almost 50, so you know I have stories to tell. Okay, enough of that, y'all. I'll see y'all next Wednesday. Cheers.